Hello and welcome. Today we're going to have a look at how to clean filthy dirty Lego. As you can see, this one is very dusty, which is how you do find a lot of sets that have been on display. So there's several steps to get this nice and clean and sparkly again. First step is an electric toothbrush and just brush off all the loose dust that you can. And best to do it outside because dust goes everywhere. So just a dry toothbrush. And just get off as much of the loose stuff as you can. Okay, so once you've cleaned mostly with the toothbrush, it doesn't come up really clean, but you can see it's got rid of a lot of the looser dust on there. Next, we're going to pull it apart and give all the pieces that are still dusty a wipe over with this super clean. It's just a slimy green. It used to be called silly putty or slimy putty or something when we were kids as a toy, but it's now used for cleaning because it just pulls the dust off. So you can just go over it and it will just pull all the dust straight off. See there, it's already come up cleaner than that one. I'll just do that one. So go ahead, pull it apart. Any bits that you find are still dusty, just give them a roll over with this. This will go black. The more you use it, it will go black. And when it's changed colour, that's when you have to throw it out and get a new one. But you can usually get a couple of sets worth of cleaning out of one packet. So just pull it all apart and keep using the green to get rid of all the dust that's on the top. So you can see now we're getting down into the layers of this build. There is still quite a lot of dust underneath. So this should take most of it off. We just buy this green stuff off eBay. It's fairly cheap. You can buy it in bulk. There you go. That's already made a big improvement. So one of the beauties of this putty is because it's all soft and squishy, you can just put it in and it gets in all the grooves. Just squish it right in. It gets into everywhere to get all the dust out from inside. So now we've pulled it all apart, the next step is to put it into wash, which we'll do in just a sec. But I just wanted to show you how much this green goo has changed colour already. It used to be sort of a really bright green. Now it's already going quite dark, and that's all the dust from the set stuck in the goo. But it's still okay to use. You'll get another go out of that at least. So now we're up to the actual cleaning part. I use a bucket of, just put tap hot water in there, just enough so it'll cover the Lego when you put it in. Because I do it in the bath, I always put the plug in the bottom of the bath just to make sure we don't lose any little bits, but none should go out. So then we just grab the Lego, pop it in. Chuck it all in. Leave enough water in there. Now I normally put all the pieces in. I don't worry about stickers. We haven't lost a sticker yet in the years of doing it, but I wouldn't chuck a light brick or any of the noise bricks or anything like that in there, obviously, electrical things. Then we do half a cup of bicarb soda. So sprinkle that on top, half a cup of bicarb. Then we do half a cup of white vinegar. So half a cup of white vinegar. Yep. Chuck that on, that'll all fluff up. Quick stir around. Then a squirt of just dishwashing liquid. Just a little squirt like that. And then you top it up with boiled water. Not an awful lot, just a little bit. Like that, and that must activate the dishwashing liquid or something, I think. Then give it another stir around. Make sure it's all in the water and leave it soak for 1 hour. And we'll come back and get it in 1 hour. Okay, so now they've had a soak for an hour, we're going to tip them out and give them a rinse. I do it in the kitchen sink, just in a big colander to catch them all, but I always put the strainer in the sink so we don't lose any little pieces in case anything falls out in the strainer. So then we just tip it up and carefully pour it in. A bit hard one-handed, I'll do it in a sec. Okay, so now we've got all the bits in the colander. We just give them a quick little rinse, just using a bit of hot water. And chuck them, I just chuck them on a tray that's got a tea towel on. Absorb a bit of water, get rid of the big bit. What's the problem today is the giant piece, and that's why you put your strainer in case any fall out. So let's give them a rinse, and then once they've all had a bit of a rinse and on the tray, we'll go and hang them outside to dry. So they've all had a quick rinse under a little bit of hot water, looking pretty good. Didn't lose any in the sink. Okay, I'll take it outside and hang it out. Okay, we just use a big mesh. I think it's a laundry basket, but it works quite well. It's a bit big, but it works. Picked it up cheap in the op shop. Okay, so I'll put the big piece in first, because that's always a problem. Right, and then the rest we just tip in. Just put it right inside, tip it out, bring that out. Give that a shake, make sure there's no Lego stuck on it. Oh, looks good. Lid, hang it on the hook. Oops. And then just try and spread them out a bit to dry. And that's it. Just leave them out all day to dry in the sun. We'll take them in later this afternoon when they're dry. Now, because we're in Australia and it gets a bit hot in the sun, in summer, I usually just put the tea towel over the top and peg it on. And later in the day, it'll give the bricks a bit of shade from the direct sun. Helps dry the tea towel as well, but just to shelter the bricks a bit. So we just leave it out for the day to dry. So every few hours I come out and just sort of whack the bottom a bit. Move it around, flip it over, try and spread it out, and then leave it. Okay, it's now the next day. The Lego's all nice and dry, and you can see it's come up quite clean. Looks nice and shiny. So next challenge is we're going to rebuild it And then we can see the before and afters of how dusty it was and how clean it is now. And here we are with the cleaned and rebuilt set. As you can see, it's looking completely different. It's come up really clean. So the recipe is a bit of hot water in a bucket, half a cup of bicarb soda, half a cup of white vinegar, a squirt of dishwashing liquid, and then a splash of hot water out the kettle. Stir it around, leave it soak for an hour, rinse it, and then put it somewhere to dry. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.